Welcome everybody, and as always, it's your sports guy Clif. That's right, the same guy, but a different place. I'm coming to you from the Skybox. That's right, I'm looking at everything going on in the world of sports, and I'm giving it to you right here at BVN at 8. So let's go ahead and get this inaugural episode kicked off. The first thing I want to talk about is the NBA and the Allstar Game that's going to be happening in LA in February. But something's going to be a little bit different about the All-Star team selection. Yeah, the fans are still going to vote, but we're only going to vote for captains. The two top vote getters will be able to pick their colleagues in the league to play on their team. Now, the NFL tried this a few years back, and it's been kind of successful. But what does that do? It gets away from the traditional separation of conferences. You know, you have the East versus the West. But you might ask, why did they do that? Well, I think it's a small little gimmick the league is trying to do to keep everybody engaged. Seeing that free agency in the league has changed so much, you got a lot of the big superstars in one conference, that being the Western Conference. Now you got Melo over there. Now you got Paul George. Now you even got Butler over there in Minnesota. So many guys, it's only so many all-star roster spots. So now you'll have somebody possibly say like LeBron James and maybe somebody like who, I don't know, Kyrie Irving, the two top vote getters. Now they get to pick their teams from any conference, from anywhere in the league. It could get very interesting. But one of the big bad things about All-Star Weekend in the game is that usually the guys don't play any defense and it's not competitive. But and we want to see a little bit more of that from those players. So outside of them doing the new selection thing, maybe we'll get a few other surprises during the All-Star Weekend. Now, I want to talk about something a little bit more serious. I want to switch to another major league, the NFL. Now, they've loosened up their touchdown celebration and everything like that so that it can make it a little bit more fun. But because of the kneeling with the anthem and the political climate all over the globe, we're seeing some changes and some more sensitivity in the league. I want to talk about these supposed sexist comments made by Cam Newton, quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. A woman reporter asked him something specific about the route running of his receivers and his fellow teammates. And before he answered the question, which he did very well, he said, "Oh, this is kind of funny, getting a question about routes from a female." Well, she took to Twitter and said that she was offended. She was so offended, she even said she tried to talk to him afterward, and she was even more offended by that interaction with Cam Newton. It's all resulted in him even losing a sponsorship with Dannon Yogurt. So what's my problem with this? I think that the climate has gotten so sensitive, we take a flippant comment just by saying that, hey, I'm not used to somebody knowing so much about what my receivers are doing on the field to where now he's a sexist. Now listen, that is a big claim and indictment to put on somebody. Are we saying now that Cam Newton doesn't like his own mother, his sister, his aunts, his cousins, his nieces? Is that the case? No, I don't think so. I think he just said, yo, I've played football my whole life in a male-dominated sport, both by players and coaches and management, and to have a female ask me something so specific, which was an excellent question. And he was saying, hey, it's kind of funny. Matter of fact, let me respond to that by giving you a solid answer. But instead, she chose to be offended. Now, listen, if she was offended, okay, fine. I'm not saying that she don't have the right to feel the way she does. I'm just saying let's not be oversensitive to something that was so simple as responding to a question and something being a little bit out of the norm. Cam Newton's been a quarterback for almost a decade. He knows that there's female reporters in the NFL. That man didn't say that she didn't have the right to ask him something or ask him anything about his wide receivers. He's just said it was funny. You would be surprised if a 5-year-old came and told you how it was to sit in rush hour traffic. Why? Kids don't drive. That's the reason why you would be surprised. How does he know about driving? How does he know about what it is specifically in traffic? Because 5-year-olds don't drive. And not that it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Women don't play football. It's not a big surprise. I played football through high school. I never had a girl teammate, not a kicker, a punter. They were on the sideline. They were giving water. They were some of the trainers, helped us tremendously, did their job well. And I'm not saying that a woman will never play football. I'm just saying let's not be oversensitive to some of the things that have just naturally happened. And calling that man Cam Newton a sexist is terrible. And y'all already messing with that man's money. That's not good. And I don't want to see that in the league or our society. But hey, that's just my opinion. I want to hear from you. Let me know. Contact us right here at BVN at 8. And as always, until next week, until you hear from me again, coming all the way up from the Skybox. See you next time.